Like I just read Life Without Principle by Henry David Thoreau.
Yeah.
And there's one quote towards the end of it, and I'm gonna butcher it, but it's something along the lines of like, politics is something so distasteful that I don't think I've ever given it a thought at all, or something like that. As somebody who's like considered a great political theorist and author, it was just like, no, politics is fucking stupid. Why would I give a shit about politics? And it's like, I think that's true libertarianism. Unfortunately, there's a bunch of us that have to give a shit about politics because there's a bunch of terrible people that give a shit about politics and we have to counterbalance them. But I would love for the majority of the world to remain mostly blue pilled and just like kind of not give a shit and like live their lives in a free manner while we help dismantle the state and like allow them to actually do that. I hope that people can like maintain their sanity and their livelihoods and their ignorance while we do this. Because it's a terrible life once you get red pilled. It's obnoxious. Like
Yeah.
the Matrix really did a good job of like depicting the like horrid life that it is once you get red pilled. You're like constantly running from these robots and like you live in a fucking cave in the middle of nowhere. Like that's accurate.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not pushing back too strongly. I will say sometimes that, like, well, one, I will say if you like your state, you can keep it. That's my push. But I think that to me, my sense is if the world gets crazier, sometimes I feel like it gets easier for me personally. Like I'm like everyone. I mean, I don't know. I've talked to other people who disagree with me on this, so feel free to disagree with me as well. My feelings won't be hurt, but I'm just like sometimes I feel like, well, people are just getting crazier. They're being more deranged. Like if I can't beat someone this crazy at business or whatever, it's like, what am I doing if they're this crazy? So sometimes I do feel that way, like that kind of, now I'm not saying I like it, right? Like I'd rather the world be saner, but that like from the sense of like my personal success, sometimes I'm like, man, people are getting so crazy that just by being like sort of sane, I'm
You become the genius of
the crowd. Exactly. The land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. That whole idea.
Yeah. That's fair.
Shut up and sit down.